Did you know that the way you masturbate after 60 could quietly be damaging your prostate, lowering your testosterone, and silently draining your energy, day after day, without you even knowing? Most men don't, because no one talks about it. Not your doctor, not your friends, not even health magazines. But every week in my clinic, I meet good men, husbands, grandfathers, veterans, retirees, who are suffering not because of illness but because of habits they were never warned about. Habits they thought were normal, private, harmless. Hi, I'm Dr. Mohit Khara, board-certified urologist and men's health expert. I've spent over 3 decades helping older men protect their hormones, regain their strength, and feel like themselves again. And here's the hard truth. What supported your vitality at 30 might be silently stealing it at 70. Masturbation isn't the problem, but how you do it, how often, in what state of mind, and with what kind of stimulation makes all the difference after 60. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 of the most common and dangerous masturbation mistakes men over 60 are making, often without realizing it. No shame, no judgment, just facts, and more importantly, solutions. Simple, science-backed ways to protect your energy, your prostate, and your sense of connection. Because you're not too old. You're just not being told the whole truth. Let's change that. Starting now. Mistake. Number 1. Using overstimulating porn. What happens? As we age, our brain's reward system becomes more sensitive to overload, not less. Modern internet pornography delivers rapid-fire stimulation, fast cuts, exaggerated scenes, intense visuals. These aren't designed for the healthy function of an aging brain. They're engineered to hijack it. In younger men, the dopamine spikes from this content may reset quickly. But after age 60, the brain takes much longer to recover from that kind of intense, artificial arousal. Over time, this overstimulation desensitizes your brain to natural cues, like touch, scent, intimacy, or emotional connection. It's like turning up the volume on your stereo every day. Eventually, you don't hear the music, you only hear the noise. Warning signs. You find it hard to get aroused without visual stimulation. Erections are less responsive, even when you're genuinely interested. After finishing, you feel anxious, guilty, or emotionally flat. You're watching content you wouldn't have chosen 10 years ago, because you need more just to feel something. You feel numb afterward, mentally or physically. These aren't just emotional reactions. They're neurological red flags. The real risks. Erectile dysfunction. Your brain stops responding to real-life arousal cues. Lower testosterone. Dopamine imbalance can affect hormone regulation. Anxiety and mood. Imbalance. Dopamine burnout increases risk of low mood, irritability, and even mild depression. Desensitization. You may need more intense stimuli just to feel a basic response, creating a cycle of dependency. Relationship disconnection. Even in non-sexual ways, overstimulation reduces sensitivity to emotional connection. Dr. Gary Wilson's work and findings published in the Journal of Behavioral Addictions, 2015, confirm these neurological effects, especially in older men with prolonged visual overstimulation. What to do? Instead, you don't need to give up pleasure, but you may need to retrain your brain to respond to gentler, more natural forms of stimulation. Start with these steps. Take a 7-day break from all porn, even soft content. Let your dopamine receptors reset. Replace screen time with slow, mindful touch. No goal, no rush, just exploration. If you choose to return to visual content, avoid high-speed or aggressive porn. Choose slower, more sensual material. Avoid switching tabs or jumping from scene to scene. Only engage when you're genuinely aroused, not when you're bored, anxious, or emotionally disconnected. Incorporate mindful breathing. This helps reconnect the mind and body. Even 3 to 5 deep breaths before starting can bring you back into awareness. Take note of how you feel 2 hours after, not just during. Are you calm, content, or drained? Medical Reference Journal of Behavioral Addictions, 2015. Study on internet porn use and neurological desensitization. Dr. Gary Wilson, author of Your Brain on Porn, pioneering work on how excessive digital stimulation reshapes the aging brain. American Psychological Association, dopamine dysregulation and its long-term impact on emotional health. Mistake. Number 3. Ignoring prostate health. During masturbation, what happens? After age 60, your prostate, a small walnut-sized gland just below the bladder, becomes increasingly sensitive. Decades of use, inflammation, or even minor strain can begin to take a toll. Yet most men never think about how their self-pleasure habits may be irritating this vital gland. When men masturbate with intense squeezing, rapid strokes, or clenching of the pelvic muscles, especially without being fully aroused, it can place direct pressure on the prostate and surrounding tissues. Add to that habits developed over decades, rushing, ignoring lubrication, or doing it while tense, and the result is a pattern of chronic low-grade irritation that builds silently over time. This doesn't feel dramatic at first. It doesn't show up on scans, but your body keeps the score, and eventually, it starts speaking in symptoms. Warning signs to watch. For a dull ache or tightness in the lower abdomen, groin, or perineum, area between scrotum and anus, more frequent nighttime urination, nocturia, or trouble starting your stream, a decrease in ejaculate volume or a change in how orgasm feels, a sense of incomplete emptying after urination, mild discomfort or soreness during or after ejaculation. These may seem like normal aging issues, but often they're early signs of prostate stress or pelvic floor dysfunction. The risks of ignoring. This prostatitis, chronic inflammation, can cause pelvic pain, sexual dysfunction, and urinary difficulties. Pelvic floor dysfunction. Tension in the muscles around the prostate can lead to trouble with urination and erections. Bladder control issues. Inflammation or pressure on the prostate affects the urethra, your body's urine control valve. Sexual discomfort. What was once pleasurable can begin to feel pressured, rushed, or even painful. According to experts at the Cleveland Clinic and Mayo Clinic, many of these issues are preventable with small adjustments in routine, awareness, and technique. Better, safer habits for a healthier prostate. This isn't about restriction, it's about respect. Your prostate is a key part of your sexual and urinary health. It needs gentler care in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Here's what you can do. Use a warm, non-irritating lubricant. Friction is the #1 source of tissue stress. Use products without alcohol or harsh chemicals. Never force arousal. If you're not naturally in the mood, wait. Starting without genuine desire leads to tension, not pleasure. Avoid clenching your pelvic muscles during climax or as a habit. This adds strain to the prostate and surrounding nerves. Take your time. Slow strokes and attention to sensation can actually increase pleasure while reducing pressure on the gland. Empty your bladder afterward. This helps flush the urethra and reduces irritation or bacterial buildup. Be mindful of frequency. Give your prostate recovery time between sessions, especially if you notice any soreness or urinary changes. Bonus tip: include gentle stretching or breathing exercises before or after. Diaphragmatic breathing and pelvic tilts can reduce internal tension and improve blood flow to the region. Think of your prostate like an old engine, reliable but sensitive to wear. Treat it with care, and it will keep running smoothly. Medical Reference Cleveland Clinic, Chronic Prostatitis and Pelvic Pain Syndrome. Mayo Clinic, Enlarged Prostate and Urinary Symptoms. National Institutes of Health, NIH. Aging and Male Sexual Health. Dr. Daniel Shosks, urologist and prostatitis expert. Mistake number 4. Staying completely still. Sedentary stimulation. What happens? As we age, circulation becomes one of the most important, and often overlooked, elements of sexual health. But many older men continue to stimulate themselves in the exact same physical position they've used for decades, sitting in a recliner, lying motionless in bed, or slouched forward in a chair. The problem? When the body stays still, so does your blood flow. And in your 60s and beyond, blood flow doesn't move like it did at 25. The vessels are less elastic, the heart works harder, and your pelvic region needs more help from your muscles and posture to keep circulation active. If you stay completely sedentary during arousal, not engaging your core, glutes, or thighs, your body sends less oxygen-rich blood to the very area you're trying to stimulate. Over time, that can lead to weakened erectile response, numbness, and a loss of connection between arousal and sensation. Warning signs. Erections feel softer or take longer to arrive, even with mental arousal. Less physical sensation in the genitals. You finish quickly but feel less satisfied or unplugged from your body. Pelvic stiffness, tingling, or numbness in the groin, thighs, or buttocks. A growing feeling of disconnection, like your body is going through the motions but your mind isn't engaged. The risks of staying still. Too long. Reduced blood flow to the penis, leading to erectile dysfunction or weaker orgasms. Pelvic floor dysfunction. Prolonged sitting. Tightens and weakens the muscles that control urination and sexual performance. Loss of neuromuscular feedback, meaning your brain and body stop communicating as effectively during arousal. Decreased nitric oxide production, a molecule essential for erections, which drops in the absence of movement and deep breathing. Higher risk of circulatory conditions, especially if you already have heart disease, diabetes, or high blood pressure. According to research in the Journal of Sexual Medicine and data from the National Institute on Aging, movement plays a critical role in maintaining sexual function, especially in older adults. Better solutions that actually work. You don't have to do jumping jacks or turn this into a workout. But your body does need some activation to support arousal and recovery. Here's how to re-engage your body. Stand or shift positions during arousal. Just standing up or gently adjusting your weight can improve pelvic circulation. Contract your glutes or thighs slowly and deliberately. These light movements help wake up the blood vessels leading to the penis and prostate. Do a 5-minute walk beforehand. This primes your circulation and lowers stress hormones like cortisol, which can block arousal. Try simple pelvic floor contractions. Kegels. Squeeze the muscles you'd use to stop urinating, hold for 3 seconds, and release. Do 10 to 15 reps per day. Stretch your hips and lower back. Gentle pelvic tilts or lying leg raises can release built-up tension and improve nerve flow to the groin. Bonus tip. Breathe deeply during stimulation. Deep diaphragmatic breathing increases nitric oxide and oxygen flow, which support erection quality and prostate health. Why this works? Your sexual system is not just hormones and nerve endings. It's a network of muscles, vessels, and oxygen. Think of arousal like a symphony. If the instruments, muscles, aren't active, the performance falls flat. By bringing subtle, gentle movement into your routine, you train your body to become responsive again, not just physically, but emotionally too. You reawaken the pathways that often go quiet with age and disuse. And most importantly, you start to feel present again, not just going through the motions. Medical References Journal of Sexual Medicine. The role of pelvic blood flow and muscle engagement in erectile function. National Institute on Aging. Recommendations on physical activity and sexual health in older adults. Dr. Arnold Kegel's research on pelvic floor, strengthening for men.